So, in this financial accounting global settings, we are having totally three variables. The first one is a fiscal year variant, and the second one is the posting period variant, and the third one is a field status variant. So, what is the first one of the fiscal year variant? See, what is a fiscal year in the sense of it is nothing but like a financial. Say for example, uh, depends upon the company's country. Depends upon the company's country. Each and every country having each and every country having their own financial years. Their own financial years. As like as in India, which we are using the financial year of financial year of April to March. That means in India, the financial year should be the April to March. But depends upon the country wise it will be changes. As like that, our client is an Indian client. That's why we don't require the April to March. But the SAP system is having the calendar year, which we can call as a calendar year, as a Jan to December. So that's why the SAP system globally, which it contains the Jan to December, but I am not required about of the Jan to December. Why? Because my client is located in India. That's why what I have to do that we need to we need to convert the calendar year convert the calendar year into our required financial year and proposes a two digit alphanumerical key is called as fiscal year value. It's called as fiscal year. That's why so simple word. If anybody in interview part of you they're asking that. Okay, miss, can you tell me about what is the fiscal year variant? Simply we can say that it is a conversion of a calendar year into the financial year, which we can simply give the answer. This is a conversion of a calendar year into our required financial year. So, in this situation, which we require the financial year of the April to March, but what we said that the SAP system having the predefined calendar year of the Jan to December. That's why we need to convert that SAP predefined calendar year into our required financial year of the April to March. So how it would be? So for making of or for preparation of this non-calendar year or else the financial year, which we are using the one menu path like this. The menu path for making of a financial year is from here. First step, maintain fiscal year variant. Maintain fiscal year variant. Maintain fiscal year variant. So for making of this fiscal year variant, the menu path here it is SPRO and then SAP reference IMG and as well as financial accounting. In the previous class which we had discussed about the enterprise structure. Now we are entering into the financial accounting. Under that financial accounting also we are discussing about of the financial accounting global settings and then fiscal year. Under that maintain fiscal year value. Maintain fiscal year value. And as well as for this one also there should be one transaction code will be there, and this is the transaction code which we are using here. It is an OB29. OB29 is a transaction code for making our preparation of the fiscal year value. See, from here what we have to do that we need to create the fiscal year variant by using the SPRO, SAP reference IMG, and then financial accounting. Under that financial accounting global settings, under that financial accounting global settings, we need to go for the fiscal year. Under the fiscal year, this is what we can do, the maintain fiscal year value. So what is the menu part for creation of a fiscal year variance? So for making of creation of a fiscal year variance, we can go for the SPRO, SAP tools, IMG, financial accounting global settings, and then fiscal year, and at that maintain fiscal year value. So which we can activate this button, then we need to create the one fiscal year variant. So how to create the fiscal year variant, or what is the menu part for the fiscal year variant in the sense of, it is the this one, and as well as the menu part, and this is the transaction code is OB29. And after entering of this maintain fiscal year variant, just go for new entries. So when I'm going to the new entries, it is asking that what is a variant which you want. I think so in the previously which we had done for the Hindustan Lever Limited, as like as an HL which I have taken. Any two alphanumeric digits, whether it is an alphabet or a numeric or the combination of the alphanumeric. And as well as what would be the description, what you are doing here. I am doing here, it is an India, April to March, it was an Indian financial year. It was an Indian financial year. And is that Indian financial year which you are going to create is especially dependent for any of the year, or it's in a common for every year? So that's why it is what I'm saying, that it is not any fixed for 1 year. It will be common for every year, whether it is an 1516 or 1617 or 1718. For each and every year, it should be the same. So that's why I'm not accepting this year dependent. And as well as whenever I'm working for the US calendar year or US financial year, maybe they are using the April to, instead of the April to March, they want the Jan to December. That means the calendar year and as well as the financial year will be the same. So in this situation, we have to activate this calendar year checkbox. Otherwise, leave it. And as well as here, one more point which we have to note here, what it is in this. So in calendar year, each and every month is called as a period in financial year. That means when it was in the calendar year, it should be the month, but when it is comes into the financial year, which we are calling as a period. As like that, which you are taking the period of the H1, under this, how many of the periods you want for making of any transactions? That means, which we can call it as a number of posting periods, on which I am saying that for myself, when I want to post the transactions, I want the 12 posting periods. That means I am in require of the 12 months in my financial year, and as well as those of the 12 posting periods, whatever year there, those of the 12 posting periods has to be divided into the 4 special periods. These are the 4 special periods which we are using for the reporting purpose. That means if totally 12 months which we are posting, but what I am saying that those of the 12 months or 12 periods has to be divided into the 4 special parts, which is the quarterly reports. So here I am in require the 12 posting periods and 4 special periods under the variant of H1. And now from this variant, that means which I can say that we have created one box with the name of H1, and we have separated totally into the 16 parts, and the 12 parts is for the postings, and as well as those of the 12 parts has been again divided into the 4 special parts. This is what we can call as a fiscal year variant. And now under that box, that means under that variant, which of the periods you require. That's why select the variant and then double click on period, which we have created the one box. Under that box, what do you want? Select new entries. Under here, which I am saying that I have taken one box with the name of H1, and which we said that it contains a totally 12 posting periods and 4 special periods. Under that, the first month which I am require the 4. That means as per the calendar year which we can call as in a month, that is the 4. That means the April, which it contains the 30 days, and it was in the first period for me in the financial year. So, in the calendar year, it was in a 4th month, but in the financial year, it should be called as in a first period. And wherever we have started the year, it will not shift it to anywhere. That means the year shift will be the 0. And again, 5, 31, 2, 0. And then 6, 30, 3, 0. 7, 31, 4, 0. 8, 31, 5, 0. 9, 30, 6, 0. And as well as 10, 31, 7, 0. And the 11, 30, 5, 0. 12, 31, 9, 0. This is the normal calendar year as per which we have started from April. But after that we have to start up with the 1. That means the Jan can contain the 31 days, and it was in a period of 10, and the year shift, the year has been shifted here as in a -1. Why? Because whatever the year which we are taken as in a 2015 means in the 2015, this 1, 2, 3, whatever whoever which we are taken, those of the periods has to be minus, and as well as 2, 28, 11, -1, 3, 31, 12, and as well as minus. That means which were created one variable name which we can call as an H1, and as well as which we said that this H1 can contains the 12 posting periods and 4 special periods, and these are the 12 posting periods. That means the first these 3 is in a 1 special period, which we can call as in a 1 special period of 13, and these 3 which we can call as in a special period of the 14, and these 3 which we can call as in a special period of the 15, and these 3 which we can call as in a special period of 16. As like that, which we can use the 12 of the periods for the posting, and as well as 4 of the special periods is for the making of a reporting purpose. And now all these things has been stored under the variant of the H1. That means I am in require one fiscal year variant named with the H1, and it contains 12 posting periods and as well as 4 special periods, and those of the 12 are these, and the total variant is H1. And after completion of this fiscal year variant creation, now the fiscal year has been created, accepted, but the fiscal year has to be assigned for our company code. Why? Because we are maintained for this we have maintained this variant for the company code of which one? That's why again we have to go for assign company code to fiscal year variant. Company code to fiscal year variant. Here SPRO, SAP reference IMG, and then financial accounting global settings, fiscal year, and then here assign company code to fiscal year variant, and here it was in a transaction code of OB37, OB37. So one fiscal year variant has been created, and under that fiscal year variant which we are in require of the 12 posting periods and as well as the 4 special periods, and those of the 12 are these things from April to March, and after that whatever the fiscal year variant which we have created, it has to be assigned for our company code like SPRO, SAP reference IMG, under that financial accounting, and again financial accounting global settings, under the financial accounting global settings of fiscal year, and which we have maintained the fiscal year variant. It has been there with the name of the H1, which we have created the one of the fiscal year variant with the name of the H1. and as well as that fiscal year variant which we are going to assign fiscal year variant to our company code. And when we are going to the position button, our company code is HLL1. And here I want to say that this company code has to be worked with this financial year. Under this financial year, we said that it is in a April to March, and it contains the 12 of posting periods and 4 of special periods. And then save. So here which we have done that fiscal year variant has been created, and as well as that fiscal year has been assigned for our company code also. One fiscal year variant has been created, and as well as that fiscal year variant has been assigned for the our company code also. And after completion of this fiscal year variant, the next thing which we have to go for the posting period variant. The next variable is a posting period variant. So what is the exact purpose of these posting period variant? Say, in the fiscal year variant, whatever we said that periods is those of the 12 posting periods has to be start from which year? That means is it is from the 2015 or 16 or 16 or 17 or 14 or 15? That's we didn't say anything. That means which we have created the variables or else which we have created the periods. But those periods has to be open on which year, closed on which year. That means which we can simply say that it is a variant. It is a variant which is used to. It is a variant which is used to open and close the periods on which year they has to be open and which year they has to be closed. Which year they has to be closed. We need to maintain we need to maintain under this variant. Under this variant. Here it contains totally 3 steps. The first step is a name define variance. Define variance for open posting periods. Define variance for open posting periods. That means create a variant for maintaining of the periods or else for opening of the periods. For opening of the periods. For this, the menu path was SPRO, SAP reference ING, under that financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, under that document posting periods, define variants for open posting periods. This is what it is in a variant, and this is a variant which I want to open for maintaining of the periods. Maintaining of the period. Define variants for open posting period. So here just I am going to create the one variant, and this is for the transaction code, and the transaction code for here it is OBPO. Here financial accounting global settings, document posting periods, and at that define variants for open posting periods. Define variants for open posting periods. And here select new entries, I want to create the one variant. So what would be the variant which I am going to create? Here it is. Say for example of HLPP. Let's take as a name posting period variant for HLL1, and then say as like as which I have created one variable, which the name of HLPP for the purpose of maintaining the periods. That means which of the periods has to be open and which of the periods has to be closed. For maintaining of that, I have created one variable. And after that, in the next step, this variable has to be open and closed. That's why in the next step, which we can call as open and close posting period value. Open and close posting period value. So here, whenever I want to open and close this posting period variant, first of all, we need to create one variable, and after that, open and close that posting period variant by using the same menu path, same getting down. Okay, in the same way, open and close posting period. So here, instead of this, open and close posting, open and close posting. And this is the transaction code for this one. It is in a OB52. This was a transaction code of the OB52. Under this OB52, we need to open and close. Let's see. Here, select the new entries, and whatever the variant which I have created in the previous HLPP, and this HLPP variant, whatever we have created, this HLPP variant has to be open and close for the accounts of which type of the account. So here I am saying that it is valid for all types of the accounts. That means in my here, whatever the accounts which I am having, whether it is in the purchases or the payments or whatever it was, for all the different types of accounts, or else for all types of the accounts, it has to be starts from the first period. The first period which we are calling as an April, it has to be starting 2016, and two period. The two period which we can call as an A, from it has to be start in the 2015, and two, it has to be closed in the 12. So it means it will be in the March, and this March has to be closed in the 2007. 2016 March April it has to be start, and 2017 April it has to be closed. And the from period 2, what would be the from period 2 in the sense of which we can say that the special periods which we have to start up as an 13 in the year of 2016, and the 16th period has to be closed in 2007. And then say this is one variable has been created, and as well as that variable has been open and closed, and after that, whatever the variable which we have created, that has to be assigned for our company. That means again in the third step here, which we can say that assign variance to company code. assign variance to company, variance to company code. And here, for making of the that assignment of variant to our company code, and the same menu part, assign variance to company, and this would be the transaction code will be changes as an OBBP. OBBP. So as which we discussed, whenever we want to assign anything, we have to go for the position button. When we are going to the position button, it's asking that what is a company code. The company code here, it is an HLL1, and this company code of the HLL1 has to be work with the posting period variant of HLPP. HLL1 is for the posting period variant, and HLPP is for the HLL1 is a company code, and HLPP is an assignment of that variant to our company, which we have created one variable, and it has been open and closed the variable, and as well as it has been assigned to our company code, and then say what is the variable and when it has to be open and when it has to be closed, and that variant has been assigned to our company. This is the second one, which we can call as a posting period value. The first one, which we can call as a fiscal year variant, and the second one, which we can call as a posting period variant, and the third one, which we are calling as a field status variant. That was a field status variant. So what was the purpose of this field status variant? So basically, this will be used for the after creation of a general ledgers. Why? Because depends upon the ledger, whatever the ledger which we are going to post. Say for example, which we are posting the ledger of the rent has to be going to pay, or else any expense which we are going to pay. But that expense which we are paying from our bank account, that means not in from the cash which we are paying from the bank, that means from the current asset of the bank. Whenever we are paying one expense from the bank account, the fields will be changes. That means there should be the fields required is the check number and as well as the value date of that particular check. As like that, depends upon the transaction ledger, whatever we are using, the transaction ledger fields will be going to change. The transaction fields will be going to change. As like that, here when we are posting of a transaction, depends upon the ledger, which fields would be required for yours. That means when posting of a transaction, whatever the fields are required and whatever the fields are not required, depending upon the ledger, it will be changes. And as like that, which of the fields are required and which of the fields are not required can be maintained by this variant of the field status variant. So what would be the field status variant? In the sense of, it is a variant which is used to maintain the fields which are required and which are not required when posting of a transaction. When posting of a transaction. For this, which we can write here, when posting of a transaction, when posting of a transaction, depending upon the ledger, the transaction fields will be changes. Transaction fields will be changes. Like when posting of a transaction, which fields should be required is maintained by Best variant. That's why here one more note here is the SAP system. The SAP system is already having the variant 0001. So instead of creating which of the fields are required and which of the fields are not required, the system has been given already the 0001. We need to copy this variant to our required value. Instead of the creation of the variant directly, we are going to copy that variant into our required value. So for this here, the menu path would be the menu path is the concept is maintain field status variant. Maintain field status value. So for this here, the menu path is STRO and then SAP reference IMG, financial accounting, and then financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, and then document, line item, controls, and then that maintain field status here. Maintain field status value. For this, transaction code is transaction code for this one is an OBC4. OBC4. So here, which I can go for the OBC4. Let me check it out. Log on. And this was my user ID. And then SPRO, IMG, and that financial accounting global settings, document, line item, and then controls, and then here define field status value. Transaction code itself is an OBC4. And as which we discussed that there is a predefined field status variant is there. That's here it is in a 0001 and then copy. When we are copying it, it asking that what is the field status variant which you want. I want the variant of like as a name HLFB, and which I am saying that field status variant for HLL1 and enter. It asking that there should be a lot of the variables will be there under this group. Why? Because for the cash accounts these fields are required. For the bank accounts these fields are required. For the cost account something will be there. For the tax account it will be something. For the accounts account it will be different. That's why what do you want? What I want to say that copy all. And everything has been copied from predefined to our user defined. And now whatever we have created, this has to be assigned to our company code. This has to be assigned to our company. See, in the same menu path it was there. Come back, assign company code to field status. So here, assign company code to field status. And here in the same menu path, instead of the maintain, assign company code to field status. And the transaction code for this one is an OBC5. And as which we discussed, whenever you want to say, that means assign, select the position button, and it asking about of which company code, what would be your company code. The company code which I am giving here as a name, HLL1, and the HLL1 of Hindustan Labour Limited then have the field status variant of HLFV as which we can copy and save. That means from the starting of our session, let's have a look. The first concept, the client has been given the requirement of their company and as well as what are the subsidiary parts of the company and as well as whatever the different types of the offices they're having under there, what is their business areas, in which areas they're doing the business, and as well as this company code is running on which financial year, and this company code was running on which financial year, and that financial year has to be open and closed on which year, and as well as when posting of the transaction, which of the fields are required. That means field statuses. And this is what we can call as an FIES and FAGS. The first one is an A, concept itself it is an A, FIES, enterprise structure, and the second one which we have completed that FI, FAGS, financial accounting global. So these are the two topics which we have covered, and this is about of today's session. In the next session, our company structure is there as per the client requirement. The client structure will be there, and how to run the company. But what we have to do as an FA consultant, that's we have to start up the next thing is an general ledger section.